So today I'm going to share with you the Ultimate Family Planner. This is Jessica. I own Minimalist Paper Company over on Etsy, and I make Notion templates along with lots of other things to help you in your digital life. And this family planner is probably our top seller in our store. It is a Notion template meant to help anyone who has a family of any size organize everything they need for their family. I've updated this. There was a previous version in my store, but I have updated to this version because I wanted to make the template easier to use. I often find with Ultimate Planners in Notion that they become incredibly complicated and cumbersome. You end up entering the same information multiple times, or you end up having to dig really, really deep into your template to find databases. And here I reuse very few databases. So when you're entering things in, they're going to appear in a multitude of different hubs, and you're not having to re-enter the same information or keep up with multiple calendars. This will just make it much easier to keep up with everything. So this front page is your dashboard, and I actually designed this to be your daily dashboard. Some people set a daily dashboard up as another template. I did not. I find just being busy that it's easier for me if I can open up my Notion template and the first thing I see is everything I need for that day. The first thing we've done here is your task list. This is repeated throughout the planner. You will have this week's tasks, today's tasks, overdue tasks, task list, that's everything. And then you can actually parse it out by family member. So if you're assigning tasks to different family members, right here, you select family members by using a tag. If you have children old enough to actually use Notion and you actually want to assign it, you can set it up that way, almost like you're running a company. But right now it's just a tag. Down here, you have your chore list. This is different than your task list. A chore list is something that I got asked for by a customer who wanted the ability to set recurring tasks. A chore list right here, you can set up weekly tasks. You can also filter it by family member here. So for instance, if you only want to see what family member 1 is supposed to be doing, right here, this is filtered to just show, can be filtered to just show family member 1. So you want to select that filter, and here you go. The other thing people have asked for is the ability to make chores recurrent. So basically, if someone has a chore they have to do every week or every month, and you want it to show up on this chore list, then what you do here, this is an example. Right here, I've created a template called grocery shopping. You will want to create a new template for any chore you have. Okay, so for grocery shopping, I clicked this. All it did was enter in the title grocery shopping, select the tag of shopping, and assign it to a family member. And I also did a time allotted. So if you want to make that recurrent, come right here. And you see how that template of grocery shopping appears. Hit these 3 dots, hit repeat. And you can select, I want this to repeat every week. And you can say the day of the week you want it to appear on, when you want it to start, and actually the time that you want that to show up in your calendar every week or every month. So that is a great functionality we've added here with chores. Next up is your master calendar. This master calendar holds absolutely everything. In past templates, we've had multiple different calendars. Decided this year, let's put everything in one calendar. This first tab is going to show you absolutely everything. You're going to see birthdays, holidays. If you put tasks on there, if you put medical and dental appointments, everything will show up when it says My Calendar because it is not filtered. Here, medical and dental is going to be filtered to only show medical and dental appointments. Same for school, sports, birthdays and anniversaries, which actually I popped that out into a gallery. Because that way, if you have a family member's birthday, you can actually enter in information. So if you wanted to put in a birthday and put in a gift idea or how old they are turning or birthday party organization, anything like that, you can put that here. And then holidays, did the same thing here. So you can go and pick what you want to do. Okay. Next up is a habit tracker. If you want to use a habit tracker, you also can use this for chores if you want to. What you do here is you see we have these checkbox entries. You would actually just change the name of this habit to whatever habit you're wanting to track. So let's say you wanted to drink 64 ounces of water a day. The type is a checkbox. You're going to do that. Then when you click off, you'll see drink 64 ounces of water, and you can check it. Every day, you're going to want to add a new version of that and add the date. So today is January 29th, 2024, and it will appear here, and you can check off whatever habits you completed. So it's a very easy habit tracker to use. It'll just take a few minutes to set these up for all the habits you want. If you open that up and let's say you want to track an additional habit, just hit add a property, checkbox, and write in the habit. So let's just say exercise daily. And it will show up. So what you have to do in order to make that show up is go here to properties and make sure that any new habit has this little I darkened. And you see here it shows up. This is the easiest way, I think, to habit track. Some people do this in much more complicated ways. But if you're a busy family, this is an easy way to do it. Next up, we have your meal plan. I'll show you the nutrition planner in depth. There's actually a dedicated video for my nutrition planner that I'll let you access to see because it goes into depth as to how it works. And here you have your shopping list. You can tag things for back to school, groceries, clothes. I entered in a whole host of tags here. You can change these or add them. You can put the quantity, the cost, the store, the family member, and next up, when we go over here, we have your journal. This is just a basic journal. There is a space in here for brain downloads. There's yearly and monthly and daily reflections entered in. If you'll see, those are daily journal and yearly reflections are entered in. You also can use these for pretty much anything else that you want to enter in, want to use notes for. Next up, we have goals. I'll show you the goal planner and projects. The project right here, you'll be able to tag what it's for, the start date, the end date, if it's complete, and the status. Same thing for goals right here. When you click on goals, we have a whole little template built in. Next up, we have routines. You're going to mind this just like your habit tracker. You're actually going to enter in your routines here with check boxes so that you can easily just go in and check. If you want the properties you want to see here, you just want to be able to check on this little I, and that way you have that habit showing up. If you want to change the order of this, for instance, if you want to say, wake up at 6 a.m., I would like first, then morning skincare, then read 30 minutes, you just grab them and move them around, and those changes will appear here. Same thing for evening routines. This is actually the same database here for morning and evening. The only thing you're changing is the property and what you want to view. So if in the evening your only routine is to read 30 minutes, then you'll just leave these with the little I grayed out and crossed out, and that means it will not appear here. But then at the end of the day, you can check and see your entire routine. One of the great things about this template is I added in this planner blueprint. The planner blueprint is a place where it helps you set up your planner from reflections to like recurrent tasks, anything. It'll just help walk you through setting up your planner. This YouTube tutorial right here will have a link. Hopefully that's how you got here. First thing you're going to do is set up your tags and your task list, your family database, and your master calendar. I tell you how to do that and actually give you links. Next up, do a brain download. You can put that here. That will actually be inserted into your journal with the filter of brain download. Next up, you can set up your calendar, your family planner task list, and your projects and goals for the year. The other thing I added was this, which is a daily shutdown. Every day, take a few minutes to just get ready for the following day. This can really change your whole life for the next day. And I have just some notes here of things to do, to draft your to-do list, do a brain download, migrate tasks, delete tasks. Set tomorrow's priority, create your schedule, and you can add expenses or income to your financial planner. This right here are links back to your task list, your brain download, your calendar, and your financial tracker. You will be able to just go in here and kind of shut down your day every day. Next up, we have a monthly planner page. I did want to create this functionality for the monthly planner where you could go in and see your life more at a month. At a time. This will show you this month's task. It's only filtered to show tasks for this month. Same thing with your calendar, your goals, your journal. It'll actually show your big meal planner if you plan for a month at a time. It just creates a little bit of functionality if you need to see a broader picture. Next up is your family hub. This is a very simple database where you can list each family member. If you click on each family member, you can tag them. Files and media would be a picture of them. That's whatever's going to appear in these galleries over here. You can put their school, you can put their notes. And then here we have a template for quick links, task list, family members, calendar. You can filter these. These are not filtered right now because your tags are not set up for your family member, but just filter it, go to family member, and check whichever family member this is. Next up, we're going to go back to our home page. Then we're going to have the finance tracker. This is a very simplified version of the financial tracker we've had before. This is a monthly budget and transaction tracker. This is where you're going to create not only your budget, but the actual amount of spending. You'll be able to mark when things are paid, if they're auto drafted, anything like that. This is going to be filtered to just show your month. You can show income, expenses, your bills. You also can put everything on a calendar. Your full budget and your recurrent expenses. Same thing here. If you need to create recurrent expenses, you can set that up just like on the recurrent tasks. Here are bills. This is the same template, same database as here. So it's all, anytime bills you enter, they're going to show up here. And next up here, you can track your budget. This is a different database where you can set a budget and kind of keep track of it. So if you wanted to keep track of groceries, you can select this, decide whether or not what your budget is, what your expenses are, and know if you're on budget or not. Next up, this is that same calendar you saw above, and here are accounts. The nutrition planner, as I've said, has nutrition planner instructions and also a link to a dedicated YouTube video. So I will let you go through that. But you have a full meal planner, a recipe box, and a perpetual grocery list. This is my favorite thing I've ever built and the thing I use the most. Next up is your travel planner. Your travel planner here has your calendar, also has a journal, your travel journal, and this is a dedicated journal just for travel. You also here can track miles and points. You can track your travel documents, and you can create a bucket list of trips. But the great thing is here you can list your trips. So if you have an upcoming trip, you click on it and you actually have a spot to do your itinerary, to create things to do, budget and expenses, a packing list, restaurants, your flights, anything. I use this to plan many trips, and it has just been absolutely a great planner to have. Next up is your home manager. This is a little bit different than last time. Here you have a home task list. This is your same task list, but it's just for anything tagged home. So if you have tags, make sure you're using them in your task list. The next up, you have a calendar, and this creates your cleaning schedule and home maintenance. This is your main calendar. It's just going to show anything that is filtered. It's just filtered for anything cleaning or home maintenance. So if you have projects or you want to set up a regular cleaning schedule, you'll just do that in your calendar. Next up, we have projects. This is from your project planner, but it's going to be anything tagged home will appear here. And here we created a home inventory. So if you want to keep track of everything you have in your home, which is a great thing to do for insurance purposes, you go in here, you just type in the name, the room it is in, and the estimated value. Here we created a household supply shopping list. Here you'll just list out items you need, and depending on the status, if the status is need or in stock, it will change what list it's on. If things are in stock or low stock, you'll just click this little drop down, and then you can see items that are in stock. Here's just service providers and essential information. This would just be your home warranty company, maybe service providers you use around your home. Next up is a vision board, self-explanatory. Then we have the goal planner. So your goal planner appears right here. Here's a picture that's going to be in files and media. You can pick your start date and your end date. So for instance, I created a mock-wood of go camping 3 times this year. Tag the kind of goal this is. This is a family goal. And the status you can create right here for this one. Okay. Then here you can write out your goal, your motivation, take action, and your task list. Next up, let's go to the Wellness Center. The Wellness here, this is going to be your routines and your habits, the same thing that you saw on your dashboard, same thing for the journal. And this is your calendar, but your calendar is going to be to only these items tagged wellness, self-care, and fitness. When you select an item in here, you'll create a tag, and if you tag any of those, it will appear here. Great way to schedule your workouts. So if you wanted to put, this is today, on today's date, I want to do a workout, you could schedule it right here and just tag it fitness. Here's a workout database. You can actually tag workouts from YouTube or from other websites and put them here into this workout database. Next up, let's go to your content tracker. This is the same as it was on the old template. Here it is one database in which you can enter in all of your content. So here you're going to tag them. Is it a book, a podcast, music, a show, a movie, or an article? You can put in the title. You can enter a photograph down here. If you put an image in the body, it's what's going to appear. And then once you're done, you can rate it. So you can change your status to this is something I've completed and it was just okay. I loved it. It was one of my favorites. Anything like that. Okay. And then as you make those updates, they are going to filter in here. As you see, we've listed in a book. This is a book that appears here on my bookshelf. This is just for books, and this will separate out podcasts, music, shows, movies, and then something that shows all of your content. Next up, anything that you check as a favorite will appear down here in your favorites. And then finally, the project planner. This is new to this version of this is new to this planner. When you click a project here, you can have a vision board or an inspiration board, include a brief summary, your task list, and here you can do your master calendar for anything that's going on in with regard to this project. You'll want to tag it. I did leave a created date in there for the date you created it, the projected start date and due date. You can also track your progress and when it is complete. And that will appear on your home page as well. And it also will appear in your monthly planner, but it will be filtered to anything that the start date or the due date is within that month. So you can see here how that appears. So this is the Ultimate Family Planner. I hope you like it. It is really worked on this to make this simplified so you're not re-entering information. If you want to grab it, it's over in my Etsy shop, Minimalist Paper Company at Etsy, and it is called the Ultimate Family Planner. Thanks.